Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 19 of our favorite comeback albums of all time. We're looking back at those great comebacks in rock history where bands or artists come back from a long layoff, a return to form, to maybe a familiar style of music, or maybe they had a death in the lineup. They replaced them with someone, the next album knocked it out of the park, or maybe just a reunion, and that reunion album was great, right? All sorts of things that bands can do to come back from adversity, to make a great comeback. This is a pretty good one here too. This is the sixth album from this British musician, recorded at, or released in October 1989, recorded at the Saul Studios in Cookham, produced by Jeff Beck, Tony Hymas, Terry Bozzio, and Leif Massis for Epic Records. I'm talking about Jeff Beck's Guitar Shop. That's right. First album in 4 years, right? He had followed up the Flash album in 1985, which to many people was kind of a strange album for Jeff. Lots of funk and pop and a lot of un-Jeff Beck-like stuff. I personally think there's some pretty good stuff on Flash. Some stuff kind of questionable, but this is his return to all-instrumental music long time after the There and Back album. Right? It's quite a bit. And for many, again, returned. New lineup, playing Terry and Tony, right? This is all new trio, all instrumental, more rock-based, though, as opposed to the kind of fusion stuff of the 70s. I say all instrumental. There's a couple little vocalizations on here, but yeah. But otherwise, all instrumental, rock-based music. Jeff Beck on guitars, Tony Hymas, keyboards, synthesizers, including the little bass lines played on the synths, right? And Terry Bozzio, drums, percussion, and the couple little spoken word type things. So what do we got on here? It kicks it off with the rockin' and rollin', squonkin' Guitar Shop, the title track. Awesome song. Savoy's another fast-paced heavy hitter. I mean, Jeff's guitar playing is just absolutely spectacular on this album. It's very different. We got used to the kind of like the silky smooth and somewhat fiery fusion stuff that he was doing, or fusion-oriented stuff he was doing in the 70s. And then, the album before this kind of was all over the place. Here, it's just all out Stratocaster, tremolo bar, squonking and screaming, right? Behind the Veil, Big Block is another raucous one. And then, of course, you got Where Were You? One of his most gorgeous songs, in my opinion. You talk about when Jeff Beck can just do the light stuff, the gentle touch, those little kind of tremolo bar little things that he does that gives certain depth and feel to a song. So good. Sometimes less is more, folks, right? Stand on It, Day in the House, Two Rivers, Slingshot. 39 minutes, just under 40 minutes of all sorts of guitar mayhem from Jeff Beck. And to me, like I said previously, I kind of dig the album that came before. I think Flash has its moments. Looked at as a whole, it's not that strong of an album, but there are some tracks on there I really like a lot, but it's very different. There's more vocals on it and stuff. This is a kind of return, a comeback to playing just fiery instrumental music. And here we move away from the fusion stuff of the 70s to just a rock-based instrumental album, which was pretty popular at the time. You get Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, all those guys, right? So, yeah. What do we got here? So, on the Billboard charts in 1989, this made it to number 49. That's pretty good for a instrumental guitar-based album. Not too shabby. And Stand On It was released as a single. That made it to number 35 on the Billboard rock charts. All right. No certifications on this, but a good album nonetheless. So, good album, a great album, I'd argue. For me, this is, you look at the great Jeff Beck albums of all time, it's easily a top 5, right? Could be a top 3, sure. Wired and Blow by Blow, those are always going to be right up there for me. Truth, got to be up there. I'd say this slots right after them. I'd put this probably right ahead of There and Back for me in the Jeff Beck canon. Day in the House with Guitar Shop is the B-side, released 1989, and Stand On It, released 1989, also a single. So there you go. Let us know what you think of Guitar Shop down in the comments below. as well as your pick for today. I do need to say it because I haven't mentioned it. Terry Bozzio's drumming on here is amazing, and I love Tony Hymas's keyboards, patches, and synths and things like that. I think it works fine. You don't really even miss a bass player because he's doing all the bass lines, kind of doing the Ray Manzarek thing. Pretty cool. Like, a great trio. I got to see these guys live on this tour. Stevie Ray Vaughan. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, yeah. One and only time I saw Jeff Beck live at Madison Square Garden. So, yeah. Let us know what you think of this album in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, day number 19. We'll see you tomorrow for number 20. Stay tuned in just a little bit. Martin Popoff's coming in to the Funhouse. Ken Golden, the Professor's picks coming in as well. Tomorrow, we've got the UK Connection. We've also got the episode number 2 in our look at the new wave of traditional heavy metal, along with Rich Catino, and then ranking the albums of top 10 of Savoy Brown, myself, and Rick Labonte coming at you on Sunday. So lots happening this weekend. Stay tuned for everything. And I am Pete Pardo. Enjoy your weekend, folks. See you soon. Bye-bye.